Hey, what's up? This is Jonas Blue. Thank you for watching Music News.
Jonas Blue, it's great to see you. Feeling good today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energised, but very, very zenned out.
Yeah, you look at peace.
I'm cool. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Cool.
Very good. I mean, you quite literally exploded onto the scene with the single Fast Car, debut single, selling 5 million and counting, 500 million streams.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
I mean, I've been doing this a very long time, and I think with that, luck and timing and things like that, they all come into play. But I'm literally speechless, have to pinch myself every day because it doesn't feel real. Pretty much done all of this in less than a year.
Yeah, no,
So
incredible. You're getting numbers that almost don't even make any sense.
Yeah, they really don't make sense. So yeah, it's crazy. It really is, and just so happy and grateful that I'm in this position.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember Tracy Chapman's Fast Car the first time around. Why did you choose that particular song, and did you know immediately how you were going to reinvent it?
So originally it was my mum's favourite song. I was born in '89. Original came out '88. I remember being a kid and it was always on the radio at the time, and yeah, my mum's favourite song, so it was a staple at home, and it just stuck with me as being such an amazing song. And later on in life, when I became a DJ and a producer, I wanted to be able to play Fast Car within my DJ sets. So that's how it started off, and I'd wanted to kind of do a new version of Fast Car for years, and I just couldn't build up the courage to do it any time earlier, because it's like taking a Beatles song or something like that,
yeah.
or a Michael Jackson song, and you know, it's one of those where you don't touch it unless you are sure. So that happened last year in August. I had this I was actually out with friends at the time, and I think as kind of most creatives do, they just like days off while you're out with friends or whatever, and I did just that, dazed off, and had the whole idea of how the arrangement and the sounds should be for this version of Fast Car, which I'd never had before. So I remember I went into the studio that evening and the instrumental was done within one evening, which is very rare for me, but it was all them years of wanting to do it and just having that kind of epiphany moment of how it should all sound.
Yeah, it was placed like a jigsaw puzzle in your head, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, second single, Perfect Strangers, was a summer smash.
Yeah.
Taking you over 1 billion streams in total.
Yeah.
I mean, and now third single, By Your Side.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So By Your Side came about, I was actually having an it's really cringy when I say, I was having this out of body experience when I was doing one of my gigs, and I was imagining I was in the crowd when I played this certain song, and I was, you know, when that song comes on in the night and you just have that real moment when your favourite song comes on. That happened to me, but I was imagining I was in the crowd and I was sharing that moment with someone, and I wanted to create a song which kind of captured that moment of sharing that amazing, for me it was that amazing song and that moment, and how you've got this person who's by your side that you feel very passionate about, and yeah, you're sharing this moment. But then it kind of, as I was writing it kind of opened up to be a song about someone who you feel, you know, very passionate about in life, or, you know, helps get you through things, and they're by your side, they're that support, and that's how the song came about, the concept. Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, a great video too. Presumably you get a bit more of a budget than most?
Yeah. Yeah, do now. Yeah, it was hard in the start. I kind of had some crazy ideas for how Fast Car, and when I did Fast Car, they didn't let me get involved. Luckily enough, it turned out as a great video. But when it came to Perfect Strangers, I got involved because I'm really creative in that kind of sense. So yeah, I get involved with all the videos now. So yeah, the budget had to go up because I have some crazy ideas sometimes of how those videos should be. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's superb. I mean, your music has got sort of universal appeal. I mean, what do you put that down to? And is that your aim? Do you start off with that? I've got to get everybody involved in a way.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm definitely conscious of, is it going to work in, you know, when I play in Brazil? Is it going to work over there? Is it? I try not to think about it too much, but I am conscious of, you know, whether it's going to work around certain places of the world. I think it comes from my love of I have a big background in dance music, that's the first thing, but then I also have a massive background in pop music. So I've studied a lot of those songwriters and those producers and how pop music, you know, has to be. And then I have this, like I said, this background in dance music for that kind of, they're two totally separate things. So I think the blend of those two things is what makes my sound quite universal and globally appealing almost. But without thinking about it too much, it's just, you know, kind of what feels right.
And why you sort of asked to remix Birdie, Coldplay?
Yeah.
Who else would you love to, artist-wise, that you'd love to sort of remix?
Definitely Florence and Sia. Yeah, I actually got, it was when Chandelier came out, they sent me over for the remix, but I couldn't do it at the time, but Sia is definitely someone that I'd love to remix, for sure.
How long does a remix take, generally?
It depends where you are. If you're on a plane, yeah, it's quite hard to get into the creative zone, but generally for me, if it's all about getting into the mindset. You can't just, it's like, you can't just switch on and say, right, I'm gonna get the remix started and finished today. It just doesn't work like that. It's, you know, some days I will sit in the studio and just can't get into it, and it's when it just happens and it fluidly comes to you is when it's right. So it can generally take, it could be 3 days of sitting around twiddling your thumbs because you can't get into the vibe, and then it will happen within 2 hours when you do get into it. So it's like, it's quite weird, but yeah.
Yeah, Music News saw you at V Festival, which is amazing. You know, is live where it's at for you as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, for what I do, they both work hand in hand. You know, writing a song in a very small room with 4 walls, and then taking it around the world to play to thousands of people. It's really a blessing. So yeah, for me, they both go hand in hand. I get this kind of very intimate room where I get to make music with amazing people, and then see what it really tests out like when you play it on the road.
Yeah. I mean, you know, album wise, what can we expect and when?
Next year. That's the first thing. End of next year, and I've just come back from the States. I've been working with a lot of great songwriters, a lot of top songwriters. So I have some great songs ready, and yeah.
Anything you can tell us about?
I met Katy Perry. Last week. Yeah, last week. So she was amazing. So
you hit it off?
Yeah. So who knows?
Great stuff. I mean, where do you draw your inspiration from?
For me, it's just so many people say, but it's literally anywhere. I mean, I listen in terms of musically what I listen to. I actually don't listen to a lot of dance music because I'm so involved in it already. I actually, in my spare time, I listen to a lot of R&B, a lot of 90s pop for that kind of songwriting, and I listen to a lot of that stuff. So generally draw inspiration from that. But then concept-wise for songs, it can be while I'm out in a car journey or I'm in a situation, and I'll just kind of jot that down on a note and come back to it later and think, oh, that, you know, with By Your Side, that's what happened. I had this moment, kind of put it in the voice memo and said, oh, I must make a song about that.
Fantastic. I mean, how did you get started in music yourself
then? I started out as a musician when I was 7-8 years old, and then by the time I got to high school, my friends made it very clear that playing a musical instrument was very uncool, so I stopped straight away. But very lucky that I'd learned I did all my grades and I have all the musical theory background, so I was very lucky with that.
In what instruments?
Flute. I was actually a flute player. So that's how I started out, and then got into DJing when I was around 11 years old, and at the time there was a program on TV called Club 18 to 30 Reps. Ibiza, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so at the time it was amazing to me to watch, but now I've actually been to Ibiza and some beautiful places. It was really bad, but what it did is it gave me a great insight to the DJs that were on there. You know, I was on that program. You saw people like Carl Cox, David Guetta, David Morales, Eric Murillo, all those kind of classic Ibiza DJs. So seeing that, and then the soundtrack to that program, is what really inspired me. So with all of that, I then knew exactly that I wanted to do that. I want to be David Guetta, I want to be Carl Cox, you know, I wanted to be that DJ up on stage. And then about a year into that, I realised, being a musician, why am I playing everyone else's music? I want to make my own music, but I didn't really know. You know, you don't know at that age that, oh, that's a music producer. You know, for me it was just like, I just want to make some beats and play my own stuff. But I actually, around that time, a cereal that I used to eat called Cocoa Pops came with a free piece of software called EJ, I think it was, and it had pre-built-in loops, and again, a great thing that I didn't realise at the time, all the music was already pre-done, but you would put an arrangement together, and that started my production days in arrangement, and I learned, you know, making arrangements that way. So all them kind of key things are what led me to doing what I'm doing today, and I've never looked back. I've been doing it every day since I opened that box of Cocoa Pops.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your favourite elements? Sort of DJing, remixing, producing, writing?
They're all hand in hand. You know, it's like a lot of people said, oh, they were a DJ first, or they were a musician first. They both happened at the same time within like a year's difference for me, so I can't really say one or the other. I've always been a DJ, I've always been a musician and a producer, so I can't pick one really, but I love them all.
And your album, do you have a clear vision what it's going to be?
Pretty much.
Now?
Yeah, pretty much. I have this big background in, like I said, dance music and pop music. So the good thing is that I can try different genres out within kind of dance music, like the kind of sub-genres. So I have a lot of kind of different ideas that I'm trying out, and I have some amazing songs ready that are just ready to go on there.
How many songs are we talking?
I've probably got, I mean, the album's going to have probably about 12 songs, 12, 14 songs, but I've probably got about 30 songs that I've made already.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, no, we're all looking forward to that. I mean, away from music, what do you like getting up to?
What do I like getting up to? In my free time, I do love to go to the gym. I was a massive gym head, so yeah. That sounds really wrong, but yeah. But then also I'm a massive geek, so I have loads of like vintage synths at home, so just generally like noodling around and thinking I'm like Hans Zimmer in the studio, just making soundtracks. So yeah, just yeah, pretty much that, and seeing friends and family, of course. Yeah.
Awesome. Everyone has a lucky break along the way. What do you think yours was?
For me, I think it was that evening when I decided to go back to the studio and make Fast Car, because that changed everything. It got me my record deal, but it not only did that, it made Fast Car wasn't only big, it was globally big. It kind of
incredible.
Yeah, it did things that I didn't know music could do. So it's changed my life pretty much. So just from staying in that one night and making that 3 minutes 20 of music, it's changed my life.
Absolutely. And I mean, you're London born and raised. Is London the best city for music in the world?
It's definitely up there. New York, LA, they're great cities as well. I'd say the three of those are amazing. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Anything else to say to Music News watchers?
Just to make sure to follow me on all my socials. It's @Jonas Blue. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.